Hi, I'm Jérémy.
And I'm Ben.
Together we are 15 degrees north.
Today we're going to show you the sights and sounds of Belfast. Belfast is the capital of Northern Ireland, sitting on the coast of the northeastern corner of the island of Ireland.
The second largest city on the island, it became the capital of the northern portion when Ireland became partitioned in 1920.
The political situation here is delicate and has been for over a century. But to put it in the simplest way possible, although Ireland was entirely claimed by the British for centuries, it was the north that was fully colonised and contained many British settlers.
Then, when it came to the battle for Home Rule in the early 20th century, the support for its union with the UK galvanised in the northeast, while the thirst for independence was greater in the south.
Subsequently, when Ireland did become an independent nation, Northern Ireland remained in a union with the rest of the United Kingdom, recognised as one of its 4 constituent countries.
While Unionists have maintained a majority in Northern Ireland ever since, those wanting a fully united Ireland have remained visible and vocal ever since.
So much so that conflict broke out in earnest in the late 1960s in a period known as the Troubles, during which communities that had previously lived side by side became polarised and divided, both figuratively and literally, with walls springing up across Belfast that partitioned the city into Unionist and Loyalist factions.
These ended with a Good Friday Agreement in 1998.
Thanks, Tony Blair. I always liked our Tony. Originally, Belfast was just a sleepy fishing town, but the Industrial Revolution transformed it into a booming port and, eventually, one of the biggest shipyards in the world.
In the early days of ocean liners, Belfast was one of the few places in the world with a dry dock big enough to construct them.
Subsequently, some of the earliest mega ships were built here, including one very famous one.
That's the RMS Titanic.
What's your favourite movie of all time?
Titanic.
What's my favourite movie of all time?
Titanic.
We're in the right place. Belfast's Titanic Museum has become its primary attraction.
At the time it was built here, it was the world's biggest moving object.
Nowadays, cruise liners dwarf the Titanic, but its launch in 1911 attracted 100,000 onlookers after 15,000 men had constructed it over a period of 2 years.
And then it sailed off into the sunset, and they all lived happily ever after.
The end.
End of story.
Nothing else significant happened to it, and it still sails back and forth between the UK and New York every week.
So, the movie Titanic, in which a ship hit an iceberg on its maiden voyage and sank, killing more than half of the people on board, was a fiction.
Correct. I mean, that would be completely unrealistic. I mean, who would believe that the ship they claimed was unsinkable would sink on its first trip across the Atlantic?
True, I mean, it's a good story.
But completely untrue. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio is still alive after all, and that's cast iron proof.
But... one of Belfast's most unusual attractions is actually scattered across its residential estates.
The murals commemorate Northern Ireland's past and present divisions, both political and religious.
Many of them relate directly to moments from the Troubles, with several of them painted in honor of people who died during this period.
As they are scattered across the suburbs, it's very difficult to see them all on foot.
We walked to a few of the murals that were closer to the city centre, but there are taxi companies that offer guided tours that take you to each of the murals and explains their origins.
Belfast might not be the prettiest of cities, but it has a fascinating history.
It's only a short flight from mainland UK, so why not head over like we did for a day trip?
and at least you can end your day in the gorgeous Irish pubs.
Thanks for watching.
Be sure to like, share and subscribe.
And follow us on Instagram at 15 Degrees North.
Make sure to tune in to our next video to see where in the world we end up next.
See ya.
Bye!